Yeah, good evening, everyone. Please go to joinpd.com and enter this code SXSPTA. Yeah, I will wait for a few more minutes and then I will start the session.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, please, everyone, please go to joinpd.com, whoever has joined newly, and enter this code following code.
Hello.
Yeah, yes,
Is somebody speaking? Is she Am I audible?
yes, you are audible.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah, please go to joinpd.com and enter this code and try to solve this question.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Uh, Ma'am, there is some doubt. Can I ask
What's
in
your
between
doubt?
of the session? Yeah, conceptual doubt, I think so.
Is it related to which week?
In last week, week 8.
Okay. Yeah, actually now everyone are solving questions. No, can we take it at the end or?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. I'll ask that. Then we can discuss about some problem in the end of the session.
Okay, yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah, sure.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Let's wait for others also. Yeah, everyone, please try to answer. I will wait for 1 more minute. Okay, let us start. Any one of you, would you like to explain this question?
May I, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we assume D is an empty dictionary. So we created an empty dictionary named D, and we have given two lists, L1 and L2. L1 stores the month names, and L2 is storing the days in that. So we have to find what will D at the execution of the procedure. So we will procedure build D1, L1, L2. Temp list is just like a copy of L2. It is a local copy of L2 list. So the original data set can't be disturbed. So we will proceed further. For each I in L1, the I in the first is Jan. Okay, we enter into the list. We created Jan as a key in the empty dictionary and assigned value which is first of temp list, and first of temp list is 31, and the temp list will be now rest of list. It means it is now 28, 31, and 30. And we again move to the for each I in L1. Now it is fab. We made fab as key, and now the first of we made fab as key, and the first of template now temp list is now 28. So fab is now 28. So we will keep continuing doing this, and the B is the option for that.
Okay, is it clear for everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Clear.
Yeah, should I proceed to next question, or anyone? For anyone, is it not clear? Yeah, please respond.
Ma'am, I have a little confusion with
Yeah, please tell.
D of I. D of I equal to first temp list.
Okay, yeah. So I will use some notepad or something. Do you know like how do we what add values to a dictionary?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, how will we add values to a dictionary?
Ma'am, we use empty dictionary with it, and in empty dictionary we use that list. Uh,
Sorry. Yeah, please continue.
ma'am,
Mm,
uh, in empty dictionary, uh,
yeah.
we the D of I equal to first of temp list. It is the way that we can add a add an element in a dictionary.
Okay. Okay, then yeah. So what is your confusion there in the slide then?
After the temp list equal to rest of temp list. That means I have to copy all these rest things in the temp list. Oh,
Yes,
that means
except the first element, the
yeah.
rest all elements like what is your
Okay.
temp list? L2, no? So
L2.
your yeah, now your temp list equal to rest of L2 will become 28, 31, 30 only. Like that after 31, after taking out 31, what are the remaining elements of your temp list? That is your temp list. Rest means after removing the first element from your list, what are the remaining elements of your list? That is the temp list.
Okay, ma'am. I got it.
Is it clear or not?
Yeah, ma'am. We are just
Mm.
vanishes the first part of the L2 list. in the temp list by the second statement.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Now you understood, or should I explain?
No, ma'am, I can.
Okay. Any others?
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Yeah, please tell. If any others, if you don't understand, please tell. This is some initial question, which is basic question. Okay. Yeah, for everyone, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So answer is B. So this is how we are iterating. Before iterating through L1, temp list is this one. L2, which is 31, 28, 31, 30, and D is an empty dictionary. Well, we are iterating through each for each loop. So first I will be January, and first of temp list will be 31, and the temp list equal to rest of temp list. No, that will happen. No, so after removing the first element, what are its rest of element? That will be the temp list 28, 31, and 30. So D will be updated. We are saying D of I equal to first of temp list. So D of I is Jan, this Jan, that is key, that will be key, that will be mapped to 31, which is first of temp list. Same will happen in each and every iteration. I value is changing, and this value also, first of temp list also changing, and our temp list is also becoming, it's also becoming empty list finally, and just we are updating our dictionary. This is how the process of execution happens. Okay, please solve this.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah, I hope it is done, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Yeah,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So what is the answer? Would anyone of you like to explain? Anyone of you? Do you want to explain or not?
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, so we in the beginning of the code we have initialized an empty dictionary called D. Initialized variables a and c to 0, and now we move to the line number 3 while loop. While table 1 has more rows, and also we are operating on the scores table. Read the first row in X in table 1. We add the total marks of that card to A, and we increment count of C by 1. Now we enter the if part. If is key B x dot city town. So is key is a function that returns Boolean value true or false if whether or not that particular key is already present in the dictionary or not. So initially the dictionary is empty, so it will return false. So we'll move to the else part. Uh, in the else part, we enter a key value pair in the dictionary, and the key would be the city of that particular card, and the value would be total and count. It value would be a dictionary, and in that dictionary there would be two key value pairs, total and count, would be the keys in that particular dictionary, and we add the cards total to that key of total, and will initialize count to 1 in that dictionary. uh, when then we move that card to table 2, and we go to the end of this loop, and again we'll check whether we have more rows in table 1, and we have more rows. We again go through the same code, and if already there is a key present, then we what we'll do is we increment the total for that particular city. We add the total to already present total of that particular city, and we increment the count by 1. We get a dictionary with cities as keys in that dictionary, and for each city we have another dictionary where total and count are two keys with values present in them. For total would be the value of every student's combined total in that for that city, and count would be the number of students from that particular city. Now we move to the next part of the code, that is average. We calculate the average equals to A by C. We have calculated A and C, so we take the average, and now we initialize a variable called Z to 0 for each B in keys D. Keys is a function that returns a list of keys from that particular dictionary. So we'll get a list of city names, and for each city name we'll assign a new key value pair in that particular dictionary. uh, we call db, db being the city name. Average is the new key in the dictionary of that particular city, and we calculate the average for that city by calling db total, db total, and divide by db count, and we then check if the average of uh, the city, the count average of the city is greater than the total average that we have calculated. And if it is greater than that, then uh, we add the count, count of that particular city, the count of students of that particular city to z. So in the end, Z will have the number of students from the cities with average total marks of the city is more than the average total marks of the data set.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah, nice explanation. Uh, So it is the number of students from the cities with the average total marks of the city is more than the average total marks of the data set. So everyone understood like how dictionary D will look like.
Madam, I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, ma'am, see, in the else loop,
Hmm.
a dictionary key value pair is created. Like
Hmm.
city town is the key,
Hmm.
and inside that there is another dictionary with a total key, and it will take the value of extra total and the count. Okay.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And when you go to that for each bottom column,
Hmm. Hmm.
and will it is taking another one value, right? Average. It goes inside that with the total
No,
dictionary, or
average is created. It's actually
created inside the
dictionary.
total
Inside,
dictionary, or
yes. It will be created inside the. So actually D of B is a dictionary, right? D of B gives a dictionary. To that dictionary we are adding average as another key. So
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the main key will be the city name.
Hmm.
Yeah, and inside that there is another dictionary with the total key, and count is another key, and average is another key. All right.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, everyone understood like how dictionary T will look like or not? I will show that once if it has something here.
I understood how
Okay.
the dictionary is. Can you explain what AVG stores?
AVG is average, no? Total average. You can see A equal to A plus X dot total. So for every card, it is similar to sum equal to sum plus X dot total. We are summing up the totals of all the cards. A equal to A plus X dot total will happen for every card. So if the first card total marks is 20, so A will be 20 for the first time. And in the second iteration, if the total is 30, then A will be equal to 20 plus 30. That will become 50. So it is sum of all the marks totals of all the cards, and C equal to C plus 1, that is count. For every card we are incrementing count, so it counts, basically it is the count of cards. So AVG equal to A by C, that is total of all the cards, sum of totals of all the cards divided by the number of cards. It will give the average total marks of that students, right?
Okay, ma'am, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubts specifically, or
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am.
yeah, sure.
Ma'am, how is option D like different, ma'am? Like I'm not able to see like how is it number of students than number of cities? Like, what is the difference? Like where I'm
Which
not seeing
option?
it?
Which option you are telling?
The last option.
It is not number of cities, no. Is it number of cities? What is count variable is storing? D of x the here in the dictionary, in this D of x dot city town equal to total equal to x dot total, comma count equal to 1. What actually count is storing?
Number
Count
of
is
student.
number of students only, no, it is not storing number of city. So for each student, it will check whether that city town is present in the dictionary or not. Okay, if the city town is already present, then it will simply increment the count equal to count plus 1, and it will simply increment the total to x dot total. plus x dot total will happen. Count will be incremented for every student if the city town is matching. But here, so it is not, we are not counting the cities. No, here we are counting the student. For every student, this count equal to count plus 1 will happen. If the city town is not there, that particular city is not there, then we will create new city and we will make count equal to 1. So for every student, this will happen, count equal to count plus 1. Okay, I will show if it is not clear to you still.
Clear, ma'am.
Yeah, but she has not responded. Just let me see.
That part is fine, ma'am. But when it comes for each B in key state, the after the while loop, so there we are adding the average, right? For each city is being like each city as key. You are adding the average one more key to it, and then
Yes.
we are storing the value.
Yes.
So after that, what happens is if your city average is greater than your data set average. So Z, what does Z do here, ma'am? Z is equal to Z
0.
plus.
Z equal to 0. Then you can see later Z equal to Z plus D of B. I'm not presenting. No, just give me a second. I will copy this code. Okay, but I'm unable to do copy and paste. Yeah, let me present. Okay, what's your doubt here? Z equal to Z plus D of B of count.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is count storing?
The number of students. Okay.
So what is D of B? B is different. B is name
For
of
each
that
city.
city town, right?
Okay.
We are counting the number of students from each and every city town whose total is greater than the average. You can see.
Ma'am, if it is just Z is equal to Z plus B of D, it means the number of cities, right?
If you say Z equal to Z plus D of B.
Yes, ma'am. Without
What
the
is
count.
D of B? What is D of B? It is a dictionary. D of B will give dictionary, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, like if you have to check for the number of cities which is greater than the average count, like the average of the data set, how will the code end, ma'am? Like what will be, how will the Z be like?
Okay, then what you have to do is like here you will check whether city town is present. Okay, if it is present, if it is not present, then you will create one. D of B equal to x dot total that you will do. Okay, if it is already a key, then you will add the total to this total, and for the count value. So this is already being present, no? It is not required to increment here. This count for count, if the city town, see, if Chennai city town we have already counted, then it is not required to count it again. So this count is not required actually to update. For every city town we are seeing for the first time Chennai, then the count will become 1. If it is Bangalore, count will be 1 for
Yes,
Bangalore.
ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, but we won't increment whenever we see a student from Chennai or Bangalore, we won't increment this count because we are just counting the cities. No, we won't increment the count at that time.
Ma'am,
Then what?
isn't same like for example, if there are a lot of students
See,
from one
okay,
particular
what
city.
you have to do is you just remove this second line. If is key in that you are not here, if the city town is already present, you will just add up the total. You will just add up the total, and this count variable, no, it is not required to increment again because already count is 1 already. That means Chennai or whatever you are seeing, that count is 1. Okay, only once, right? The Chennai city town. Because city, you are counting the number of cities, no, not number of students. Number of, yeah.
Like the city average is greater than the data set average. If I have to do that, is it the same case or should I change the code somewhere?
Sorry, I didn't get. City average is greater than
The data set average. Like the average, like is it the same like calling the number of cities with the average total marks more than the average total mark of the data set? Is it same as that first one is my question, ma'am? Or is there any difference between these two options? Like if I have to change the code in case of option 4, how will it be, ma'am?
So what is first option? Number of students from the cities with average total marks of the city is more than the total marks of the data set. So what is fourth option? Number of cities with the average total marks more than the average total marks of the data set. So it is, we are not counting actually student, we are not counting the cities here, we are actually counting the number of students from the cities. Actually,
My question is like, if suppose Chennai, like if the total average of Chennai is greater than the data set average, so we put Chennai in one bucket. Let's keep that. So you have Bangalore and you have Cochin or whatever it is.
Z is actually storing the integer value.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But my question here is like, if you take, like, what if like you have to create a list of cities like which comes above the average of data set? What? How will the code change? Like, is my question. Should you add something to the code?
Last line will
see, yeah, if you wanted to count the number of cities, then here everything here will be same. So because you need to take the average, no, to count the average, this code will be same because you need to get the average of cities, no, average total marks of city you need to get. So yeah, here also number of students with the average total marks. Okay, here it is not clear also. Average total marks of what, it is not clear. But let us assume number of cities with the average total marks of the city more than the number average total marks of the data set. In that case, you have to compute the average of each and every city town. So for this, you have to do this. You have to do this code implementation. Okay, then you will create a new key by saying you will take the city town and total, and that you just basically you are counting the average of each and every city here. Okay, you will check if the average is greater than this, then you will say z equal to z plus number of cities 1. You, in order, instead of taking d of b of count, plus 1 you will do, that's all.
Okay. Okay.
That means it will give the city only, no, for each and every city we are checking whether it's greater than, whether its average is greater than the this total average.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it is greater, then you will increment 2 by 1. But if it is here, what we are doing it is, if it is greater, we are counting the number of students, right?
Yeah.
The count is actually giving the students.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. For others, any other doubt regarding this question?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Clear, ma'am.
Okay, basically we have one dictionary A and C. A is to compute that sum of totals of each and every card, like sum of totals of every card we are maintaining in A. C equal to C plus 1, that will happen for every card. So C is basically counting the number of cards. How we are updating our dictionary D? We are checking whether that city town is key of our dictionary or not. So let's take Chennai, Bangalore, any other city, whether that key is present in dictionary D or not, we will check. If it is not present, if is key that returns false, then we'll go to the else part and we'll execute this statement. So in the else part, what we will say, we will make x dot city town, that means Chennai or anything, as key of the dictionary D, and we are making to this key a new value will be assigned, that is a dictionary with it has total as keys, and that is mapped to that particular card total and count equal to 1, that we are doing mapping. Okay, if the city town is already present for the second card is also from Chennai, then what we are doing, instead of adding the Chennai key again, we will just update our Chennai key with this new values. For in the place of total, we will say we will add that new cards total also, and count also will be incremented. So for every Chennai student this will happen. For every Bangalore student also, Bangalore key will be created. Totals of all Bangalore students will be added in the total, and number of Bangalore students also we are taking count by this count variable, count in the dictionary, in this dictionary. And finally we are computing average equal to A by C. That is total, all the average of all the students, like average of whole students. Like it is not separately, we are not calculating for each and every city town here. This is total average. And Z equal to 0, that is just a variable. And what we are doing is, like, for each key B in keys of D, that means for each and every city town, every city, Chennai or Bangalore, we are just adding new key, that is average. How we are computing the value? That we are computing the value by dividing total by count. Total of that students marks from particular city by its count, number of students. So that will give the average marks of the students from that particular city. And what we are doing, we are checking whether that particular average is greater than the overall average. If it is greater, then we are Z equal to Z plus D of B of count. That means we are just incrementing the Z value to the number of students whose average is greater than the total average from that particular city we are doing. So it is number of students from the cities with average total marks of the city is more than the average total marks of the data set. So we are checking overall average of the city with the overall average of all the data set. That's why average total marks of the city. That's why here I'm mentioning average total marks of the city is more than the average total marks of the data set. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can ask. If not, we'll proceed to next question.
I don't have a doubt, like, but
Hmm.
still, the last option would be true if Z is equals to Z plus 1. If we remove the last line and if we replace it by Z is equals to Z plus 1, then it would represent number of cities, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
We will proceed now.
Yeah, yes, I have updated, no?
Completed, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Would anyone like to explain this? This is comparatively easy question.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, uh, in this uh, in this uh, in this pseudocode, in very beginning, uh, we are making a dictionary named D and a list named list of empty. Uh, Here in very beginning, uh, here key will be in first while loop. The key will be the date of birth, and the sequence number is the value. Can I write, ma'am? If I got mistake, please clarify, ma'am. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, this also please help him. Yeah.
Yeah. In first is key D comma X date of birth. If it is this is a Boolean type, and if it is false, then we created a dictionary of X dot date of birth. That means the key and the sequence number of this. If it is sorry, ma'am, it is when it is false, then it will be created X dot date of birth and X dot sequence number. Um, and when it is true, then it is go to the first part of this uh, uh, x dot date of birth and x dot date of birth means we are just appending the sequence number with the respective date of birth which is present earlier in this dictionary. uh, this is correct, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
uh,
Yeah,
now
yes.
now the second from that we are creating date of birth with the sequence number. When date of birth is repeated, then we are just appending sequence number with it. After that, the last part of this one, the for is, that is I is key of D. Here the length of D means the length of date or date of birth. Length of date of birth is greater than one. Greater than one means the if there is sequence number is greater than one, then we list it in the list part. So according to me, this is C option is correct. List of sequence number of student who share date of birth with another student.
Yeah. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, for anyone, do you have any doubt? Yeah, please ask if you have any doubts. If not, we'll move to the next question.
No, ma'am, clear.
Okay.
Clear, ma'am.
Ma'am, why length of DI is greater than 1, not 0?
Yeah, length of I greater D of I greater than 1 means that means we have at least 2 elements. That means 2 or more elements. So if it is 1, that means we have only one student with the same date of birth. If it is 2 or more than 2, then we have more than one student with the same date of birth.
Okay, according to this, one student will be left out if it is only one student in the list.
Yeah, this is like list of sequence number of students who share date of birth with another student, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
So, okay, actually, what is your D? Your D is a dictionary that has date of birth as key and which is mapped to the list of sequence numbers. List of sequence numbers who have same date of birth. So, if the length of your dictionary, that particular key, but that particular date, for that particular date, if the length of your list is greater than 1, that means we have more than one student with the same date of birth. Then what we are doing, that list is initially empty. Then what we are doing, list equal to list plus D of I. D of I means we are what it will give? It will give the list of sequences numbers of the students that has the same date of birth. So whatever list we have, that we are appending here to this list. So actually list is a list of sequence number of students who share the same date of birth.
Okay, ma'am.
Is it clear or not? I'm unable to understand. Yeah,
No,
you
Clear,
ma'am,
can.
it's
ma'am.
clear.
Clear, ma'am. Clear.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, please solve this. Yeah.
Ma'am, there are actually hello.
Yes.
Yeah. There are actually 5 options, but we have the option to select only 4. Last one, none of the above, we cannot select. But there is no. Let, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
that thing. Yeah,
That is okay. Yeah.
so, yeah, that thing I can't change now.
Oh, that's okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah, I will wait for a few more minutes. Just 1 or 2 more minutes. Yeah, is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Anyone of you, would you like to explain?
May I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we created, first of all, we are using the library data set, and we are asked to tell what L represent at the end of the execution. So in starting, we created a D as a dictionary. We pick up the first card from the row 1 and read the first row X from table 1. Okay. If is key D X dot author, it is simply seen that it is an empty dictionary, so no one is present. We simply move to the else part, and we will add the author name and the year. Okay, suppose my name is Abhishek, so I add Abhishek, and the most recent book I say in 2020, so the value Abhishek stores is 2020. Okay, so again we will move to the next card, and if is key D dot X author, if the same name author is present there, we will proceed to the inner loop, and we check that if X dot year is greater than the year which as a value we stored in the dictionary, so it is storing the latest book with the name of author. D is storing the latest book with the name of author as a key. Okay, so now we will move to the second part of this procedure, where A is equal to 0 and L is a empty list. We will check for each K in keys D. Okay, K in keys D. So the first K is Abhishek. Okay, if D K is equal to A, so the 2020-22, the value it will give is not equal to A, because A is 0. We move to the second condition, like if dk is greater than A, we update A with like it is the next part. A is equal to dk, it will store the year 2022, and the in list L is equal to K. List will store the name of the author. Suppose now there is another author who published the same book in the 2022. So it will store the another name of the year in a list inside a list, because K is also in a list. So it will store another name of the most recent book published. Okay. uh, so according to me, C is the option. List of authors who published a book in the most recent year. Okay, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah. You're audible. Ma'am is on the mute.
Oh, okay.
Hey man, why D is not correct?
Why D is not correct? List of authors who published maximum number of books.
Oh, I think maximum number is keeping the first part of the if is key
No,
D com.
actually it is collecting the maximum number of books, not it is not
It is
collecting
a
the.
most recent. I think so.
Yes. We are not getting any information that he write n numbers of books. Like I didn't write more than 10 books. I did
Yeah,
in
yeah,
list L. No one will get any information like who write how many books. It is only saying that L is a list who written the most recent books.
yeah, man. Thank you.
Ma'am, if you are speaking something but you are on mute.
Ma'am, you are not audible anymore.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You're
ma'am,
audible.
you are
Yeah,
audible.
sorry, actually.
Very less volume, man.
Okay, for everyone, is it very less or is it
No,
okay?
no, now
ma'am,
it's
it's
fine.
okay.
Now it's fine. Now it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, actually there is some network issue and I was unable to. Yeah, it's okay. Just I need to take host permissions. So you are able to see that periodic slides, right, everyone?
Not
No.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just
ma'am.
okay.
We able to see.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I'm waiting for host to make yes co-host so that I can share my screen. Just this is because yeah, I was unable to share my screen now. Yeah, because I have rejoined. Yeah, but still on peer deck, others are able to see my slides, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, any confusion in this question for everyone? Is it clear or yeah?
It is clear,
Clear,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, for anyone, do I need to explain?
No,
It's
ma'am.
clear, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, sure. Just let me see whether he sees this. Yes, still I am unable to share my screen. Okay, we'll proceed to next question then. Yeah, everyone please join the peer deck. Who are not on peer deck, please join. Try to join. Yeah, code is SX. Yeah, any one of you can put in the chat the code.
Actually, we can't copy the code, ma'am.
It is type of JPG image.
Sorry?
It is in JPG image.
Okay. No, I'm not asking about this small code. SXPT, that code. I just only few participants are there. No, some participants are not here on peer deck. For
Oh,
them.
the joinpd.com.
Yeah. Joinpd.com and that code I'm asking to share.
City marks is an dictionary available on okay is city city marks.
Chetan, your mic is on. Actually, ma'am, the code is not showing on the peer deck.
Just refresh, Abhishek, it's showing.
Yeah, it is showing for me as well. Yeah, it's showing.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
Yeah, in the city session, could you please make me as co-host? I got disconnected. Yeah, I was able to share my screen. Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah. Yeah, please let me know once it is done.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, others also.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah, just will wait for few more minutes. Only 14 responses I got. Yeah, please, others also, please try solving this and answer. Okay, let us start this question. Yeah, how many of you have answered it correctly? Is there a
Sure.
show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, would anyone like to explain or should I explain this?
May I?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
please continue.
So we are using the score data set, and we have to tell what L represent. So we created a dictionary of name city marks. Yeah. So we move into the table one, which has more rows. Read the first track table one. If is key city marks comma x dot city town. So there it is an empty dictionary. So it is clearly shown that nothing will be present. So move to the else part. and it will show that city marks x dot city, like city is Chennai. So it will store Chennai as a key and marks as its value. After that, we move x to the table 2 and we again do the same procedure. And now if we another found a Chennai student, we move into the is key part and we see that Chennai is present, and then we increment the Chennai value with its total marks. So we are storing the list of cities with their total marks, whole data set. So we will proceed to the second part of this question. We initialize a equal to 0 and L to the empty list. For each C in keys, city marks. So C is saying that like Chennai is a key. So C is representing Chennai. We have to check for that. Data is equal to do something, city marks C. So do something is an another procedure which is there, and we initialize p equal to q, p equal to 0 and q equal to 301 for each k in y. We are checking values here now. If k is greater than p, we will increment, we will update p equal to k. It means that p will store the highest marks. Okay, and for if k is smaller than q, it means that it means it means that it will store the lowest, q will store the lowest marks. Now we will again move to the this procedure where b is equal to first data minus last data. It means that we are just differentiating the highest marks and the lowest marks. Okay, we will proceed further. If b is equal to a, suppose I got the difference is 100, so 100 is not equal to 0. We will move to the second if block, which in which b is greater than a. Yeah, we fulfill it, fulfills this condition. 100 is greater than 0. A become 100 and L become the name of the city like Chennai. It stores Chennai. Okay, suppose another, we found another thing, Chennai or something else, and the difference between the highest and lowest marks is same, like 100 is 100 equal to 100, b equal to a. We will add a valor in the list, so it is calculating. There is also another condition. Suppose someone got a difference of 200 marks, so we reinitialize a with 200 and L with the that city name which has the maximum maximum difference in their highest and lowest marks. So B is the answer. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So is it clear or not? Yeah, please ask if you have any doubt specifically. Yeah, if I wanted to explain this question, I will explain. If anyone wants to explain me this question.
And please explain the part of middle statement for each key bracket city marks, where the first data minus last data, that's that position I'll understand, but after that, brothers tells me that one more condition is there. That part I didn't understand.
Okay. Okay. So basically, everyone, did you understand what city marks is? City marks is a dictionary with
Yes, ma'am.
keys as city names, and value is nothing but total, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Totals. It's not a total, it's totals.
Totals.
So yeah, totals of each and every.
Means apart from city, there's two or three totals. Then it will be all also make a list.
Yes. So if a student from Chennai has scored 100, it will store that. And if the other student has scored 120 total, it will store that. If the other student from Chennai has stored 200, something like that, it will store. So it is list of totals of all the students from the same city. Basically, it is Chennai will be mapped to totals, list of totals of all the students students from Chennai. That is your dictionary, basically.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it clear for everyone what is your city marks dictionary?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please, if anyone haven't understand this, please ask. Yeah, if not, we'll proceed. And then what we are doing, a equal to 0 and L is an empty list. For each scene, keys of city marks. What are our keys? It's nothing but some city names, Chennai, Bangalore, or something like that. So we are
Yes, ma'am.
iterating each and every through each and every city. On that, what we are saying here, data equal to do something of city marks of C. We are invoking the procedure do something by passing the city marks of C. City marks of C is nothing but a list.
Yes, ma'am.
List of totals of
List of
list of total.
respective city.
Yes, list of totals of student of that respective cities. Okay. And whatever do something procedure returns, that will be stored in the variable data. Okay, what do something procedure is doing? Here we are taking p equal to 0, q equal to 301. Some initialization is happening. And for each k in y, what is that means it is a list. So we are iterating over the list. So for each element in the list, we are checking if k value is greater than p. So if it is greater than p, then p equal to k, we are doing p value is getting updated. Finally, p will be storing maximum value, maximum total value. And if k is less than q, q equal to k, we are doing. That means q will be finally storing minimum total marks. Basically, we are returning list of maximum and maximum total and minimum total. Yeah, so that thing will be stored in the data is a list which has maximum total and minimum total of that particular city. B equal to first of data minus last of data. So maximum total minus minimum total of that particular city we are storing, and that is stored in the variable B. Okay, and then we are checking if b equal to a. So the difference will be the difference of what, maximum and minimum. If it is greater than a, if it is greater than 0, then we will store in the second. If we are checking if b is greater than a, then a equal to b we are doing, and l equal to that list. What, that c
Yes,
is
ma'am.
nothing but city town name we are storing in the list. So that will happen for each and every city. For each and every city, we are checking the difference of minimum and maximum. If maximum and minimum, difference of maximum and minimum, if the difference is greater than a, we are updating the b, and list we are updating with that particular city. Okay, so that will
Yes, ma'am.
happen. Okay, if the difference between maximum and minimum is 100 for Chennai, then a will be 100 and l equal to Chennai will happen. Okay, now
Yes, ma'am.
for Bangalore, let us say difference is 120. Then what will happen if b is greater than a? Now b is 120, 120 is greater than 100.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
a equal to b will happen. That means a will be 120 and l equal to c. L equal to c. C is nothing but our city name. So that will be Bangalore. Bangalore will be updated. Now we have another card that is like that difference between maximum and minimum is 120. Let's say that is city name is Madurai. Then what happens? In that case, b is not greater than a. That second if is not satisfied, but first if will be satisfied. B equal to a, 120 equal to 120, no? Then l
Yes,
equal to
ma'am.
l plus c. That means what is our current list? L previously that is holding Bangalore. Bangalore plus what is our current c now? That is Madurai. So our list will
Madurai.
be
Yes, ma'am.
having two city names. Now Bangalore and Madurai are having the highest difference between maximum and minimum totals. Similarly, if the next card is 200, then difference is 200, only 200 will be stored, and list of that particular city name will be updated. If it is like something like Delhi, then L will be updated to Delhi. Then
Ma'am,
Bangalore, Madurai, and everything will be gone.
is
Yeah.
vanishes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Because L equal to C, what is our C? Delhi, Yeah. In the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
iteration, C is Delhi. Only L equal to C will happen, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when we go for the procedures, do something, and
Mm.
the name and the city is only one total, then it would be the minimum or maximum can.
Yeah, it will be stored in the both cases, no? So see, if it is like, let us say,
Then it would be the minimum value is same as the maximum, and then the value of this.
so what is your value? What you're telling? I didn't get. Sorry.
Actually, ma'am, the one city that is only
Okay.
a city is only one present,
Mm-mm-mm.
and there is no other
Okay.
total for this city. Then
Okay, then both will be storing the same value, 100. Let us say the total as 100. Then P will be storing 100 and Q also will be storing 100 at that time. So difference will be
and
0. Yeah.
okay.
Difference between maximum and minimum will be 0. And yeah, that won't be updated actually. Your list will be like in the first case it will update, but in the later on, if you see more cards, then there will be some value for minimum and maximum, no? For difference you will get some value. So at that time B will be greater than A and A equal to B will happen. Okay.
Ma'am, probably there is there is chance to make list of city like Chennai and Madurai.
Mm.
It is probably it not be uh, the difference in actually. Okay, I got it. There is mistake.
Okay, yeah, is it clear for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, if someone has doubt, please ask. Yeah. Yes, hello.
Ma'am, hello.
Yeah, yes.
Can you explain the third option, ma'am?
Frequency count of vowel which occurs in maximum number of words in the data set. So let us say A is a vowel, no?
Okay.
If it is occurring maximum number of times in most of the words, then we are counting its frequency. We are maintaining the frequency count, that count number of times it has occurred. So if A has occurred 36 times, like if A is occurring in maximum number of words, then we are storing the count of that frequency count of that vowel.
So what is that first option, sir? I mean, it is the most frequent vowel in the data. Right?
Yeah, yes, more frequency count of most frequent vowel in the data set.
So basically, the A and C, they both are same.
No, they are not same. Frequency count of a vowel which occurs maximum number of words in the data set. So if A is present in maximum number of words, then we are taking its frequency count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So according to the first option, if A has come like most number of times, it will come. It will take that frequency also, right?
So see, let us take that means, okay, let us take if A is present in 3 words, okay, and B is that is maximum frequency. Let us say A is present in 3 words. Okay, then we will store that 3 in according to option C. But according to option A, what it is saying is like if A is present, if A is coming like uh, four times, like in particular word itself, if A is coming 4 times, then we will store that count. But here, according to here, then the option C will be only 1 because A is present only once in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is good.
Okay. Should I wait for some more time? Should I?
Done, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay, just one more
Then,
minute.
ma'am, you can proceed.
Okay, anyone wants to explain this question?
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. The given pseudocode is executed using words dataset. So we have as dataset. Uh, in the starting of the pseudocode, D is initialized as an empty dictionary, and variable A is initialized as 0. We enter while loop. Table 1 has more rows. Read the first row X in table 1. D is equal to update dictionary dx. So we are calling a procedure called update dictionary with two arguments. One is dictionary and the other one is that particular row of table 1 that is represented by X. Now we go to the procedure update dictionary dy, where D and Y receives those arguments. Now I is initialized as 1. We enter while loop. The condition being I is less than equal to Y dot letter count. The letter count of that particular card uh, is Y dot letter count. So yes, I is less than equal to that letter count. We enter B. We enter the loop, and B is ith letter in Y dot word. Suppose the word is the word count. Suppose the word is a word count. So the B would become C, because C is the first letter in that word count. Now, if we enter if is key db, is key again is a function that gives us the list of keys in that particular dictionary. Oh, sorry, it gives us boolean value if the key is already present in the dictionary or not. So because D is an empty dictionary already, it gives us false. So we go to the else part. Now here we assign a new key value pair in that dictionary, D C equal to 1. Here C would be the key and value would be the 1. Now we exit this loop and we iterate increment I. I is now 2. I plus 1 plus 1. Again we go to the while. Now we have I is 2, which is less than equal to the letter count of the word count. The Now the B becomes O, and if is key db, uh, because O is not present as key in the dictionary D, we move to the else part and we assign O as new key value pair and we assign 1 to it. Suppose now we increment I again, and suppose there is another letter in word count which is duplicated. So that word would become B again, and then we would enter that if is key db part, because that for that letter the key is already present. So we increment the value in that key for that key, and we exit this procedure. So the procedure update dictionary gives us the uh, gives us for that particular word for that particular word uh, its letters as keys and the number of letters as values. So we again move to the first while loop, and for every row in that table 1 we do the same. We take that word and we check whether the for for each letter in that word, whether the key is already present or not. If not, we assign a new key. If it's already present, then we increment the value in that key. Now we have completed this loop, while loop, first while loop. Now we enter for each C in keys D. Keys D is a function. Keys is a function that gives back a list of all the keys in that particular dictionary. Here the dictionary is D. So keys would return all the letters as which are present in dictionary as keys. It will give the list of all the letters. So for C here is used to iterate over those keys. So every time for every C for every key in that list, C would change. C would change for that particular key. So suppose O is one key. So for C becomes O in that case. So if now we enter if C is a vowel, that particular key is a vowel, and at the same time the value it stores is greater than a being 0 at the beginning, uh, then a is assigned to the value of that particular vowel, the value it holds. So this particular piece of code calculates the vowel that that occurs most frequently. So the answer would be frequency count of the most frequent vowel in the data set. I hope I was clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it clear for everyone? Any specific doubt or anything? Do I need to explain?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, everyone, please respond. Yeah.
Very much clear, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I will wait for a few more minutes, one or two more minutes, and we'll start this. Yeah, is it done?
Ma'am.
Yeah. Anyone would you like to explain this? Yeah, anyone of you?
I
What's the
can
answer,
try.
ma'am? Is it D, ma'am?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It's C. It is C.
okay, ma'am. I can explain this now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so we have to store the ma'am.
Sorry. Yeah, something has happened, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
New tab,
You have
ma'am.
yes. Okay. So we, as question said, D is a dictionary which stores two element A and B, which is the highest mark scored in subject B. Okay, so A will in subject B by a student from city A. We have to find that the city and the highest mark scored by them student. So if not, as we can see that there is an empty dictionary, so nothing is present. Let's check for Chennai. We check for Chennai, not key, and is key will return also false. It means that if this statement will true. First, if statement is true in C, we will enter into the block. We created another empty dictionary inside the dictionary, like D stores the city name as Chennai, and it will create another empty dictionary. Now we will proceed further. For B, each B in L. L stores the list of physics, chemistry, and mathematics, which is the marks. So it will store the in empty dictionary. It stores the marks of physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Okay, so our dictionary is now of Chennai, which stores the highest marks till now we seen in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Okay, so and as of now, it will compute like this. Suppose we found another Chennai card, so we can say that Chennai is also present in our dictionary now. So this first if condition will false, because is key will return true and not will make it false. So we will move to the another part for each B in L. Okay. And then we check if dictionary x dot city count, okay, which is Chennai. and B is the elements present in the another dictionary, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And if it is greater, if the new Chennai card has greater marks, then we will enter into the next block and we will update the maximum marks according to that. So C is the right procedure to store that code. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. So yeah, any other doubts, or is it clear? Yeah, please ask if you have any doubts.
Clear,
regarding
ma'am. It's clear.
Okay, for everyone.
It's clear, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Ma'am, how do we usually approach these type of questions? Like to pick the fragment of code, do we need to go through all the options there?
Yeah,
Let's say,
basically you have to go through all the options and only you will find the correct option for this kind of questions. Directly you can't decide by saying, yeah, you have to basically go through all the options.
And what about that the error question, ma'am? Suppose there will be some error in the line, some lines and all. Usually those type of questions are a bit difficult ones. Actually, is there a way to approach those questions?
Yeah, you have to be carefully iterate through all the sentences, all the statements which are there in the code. Yeah, sometimes it is difficult, I can understand. So basically you can emphasize on the lines which are given in the options. You mostly, like, you will go through the code once and then you can check the particular line which are given in the options. Like the options which are not given, they're basically correct only. So all the remaining sentences will be correct. Only the options, the line numbers which are mentioned in the question, there is a chance of having them as mistake. So yeah, first go through the code, then you go through the check the line by line, like whatever the lines they have mentioned specifically, you will recheck them again. Yeah, then you might get, mostly you might get by doing the second iteration. Yeah.
Okay. So basically we have to go to the options first and then to the question. Yeah.
No, first do the question. Just see the problem statement, what they have given, what it should do, and check the code whether it is doing or not that thing. Okay, if it is not doing, you will get know where the error is. If yeah, after getting the error, you just recheck the lines also which are mentioned in the question in the options. So in the code they will say it will count the number of letters or number of words, something like that. But yeah, basically they are counting some other things. You will understand by seeing the logic of the code while iterating. Yeah, if it is not clear, then you visit the line numbers also. Line numbers also need to be rechecked. Whatever lines they have mentioned, you have to recheck them again whether they are correct or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just understand whether the code is doing what it is mentioned in the question or not. If it is not doing, then understand where the logic is incorrect.
Okay.
And then recheck the options also. Sometimes initialization can be wrong and sometimes the piles moving also can be wrong. That thing we will just sometimes will ignore, no, while checking for the logic.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, that things you need to figure out by just going through the options back and just see whether
Usually what I have seen, like there will be one error in the syntax part. Like they may miss one plus plus or they may miss one plus or
yeah,
something
that
like
can
that.
also be happening. That can also
Yeah.
happen.
And they may initialize list and then we may have to add it to the dictionary. Something like that. I have seen one error. And one error would be like inside the iteration, there will be some.
Yeah, we cannot
the
say.
second part error is a bit difficult. The first one, yeah, easy.
Yeah, we cannot say where the errors are, but yeah, just going through the logic, we may not find out. Like, yeah, logic will be correct, but some initialization, something we might do wrong, like initialization or something like that. Then you need to recheck the options, and we need to check again whether that is correct or wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
The difference here in the A and C option.
Okay, just if not is key for each. So, yeah, anyone would you like to explain why else part is required or not required? Only the else
If,
part, no? Else, if we are enclosing the statements inside the else block, right? Even if it is
it,
not key, yeah, anyone, yeah, please.
this code will not execute for card. I mean, only because if and else is present, only one statement will execute. Only the initialization part, which is in the if block, or updation part, which is in the else block, uh, this code will not work for each card. I mean, because at a time only one block will be executed. It will not update or it will not reinitialize. That's the main thing.
So the thing is, even if it is not key, then also we have to do this thing. If it is not, if not is key, that means is key should return false. Then
Ma'am,
only we
there
will
are
yeah.
ma'am, there are more questions.
No, this and it's only 16 slides we have.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So even if the city town is, this will be executed, if block will be executed only if that particular city town is not a key of that particular dictionary. Okay, but here if it is not a key, then else part will be executed, then updation will happen. That thing we don't want, no, even if it is yeah. So we want this block for each B in L, that thing to be executed even if the key is present or not present in the dictionary D. If it is not, if the key is not present, then automatically our dictionary D will be updated. If it is already present, then this will happen. The updation will happen. We will check whether it is less. Then we will update our dictionary D.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Only one thing will be executed if A is option, like either if part or else part. But we want this to happen always. That's why it is kept out of the if any block, if or else block.
How are we finding the highest marks in the option C?
See, here, actually, how will you find the highest marks? Normally, you will check if max is, if A is greater than max, then you will say max equal to A. Here, what we are doing, here we are checking D of A of B stores the highest marks. That is, D of A of B is similar to max variable, right? It is
Yes,
similar to
ma'am.
max
But
variable.
we are comparing with lower value, no,
No.
less than.
See,
Current card is less than the previous
mm,
cards.
no, the other way, if A greater than max, you will say max equal to A. The other way of telling is that max is less than A. If max is less than A, then A equal to max. You will say no, whatever the max variable currently storing, if that value is less than the A value, then you will update the max. Or you can say if A value is greater than max, then max equal to A. The other way of doing that. The same thing we are doing. Here, whatever the value D of A of B, that is max here, that is similar to max, is less than x dot B, that is our current max is less than x dot B, our current value, then we will update. Okay, let us take our max value as 10. D of A of B is 10 and x dot B is 12. Then we have to update no max to 12. Same thing we will do. If 10 is less than 12, then we will say max equal to 12. That thing we are doing. It's other way of telling. Instead of telling A greater than max, we are telling max less than A. That means if 10 If 12 greater than 10, that case, other than that, we can say if 10 less than 12, that we will update that thing. Is it clear or not?
Ma'am, what
No,
about
ma'am.
option D?
X city town B is the previous card, and the X dot B is the present card.
Current, yes. Yeah.
Ma'am, what's about option D?
Huh?
Option
How can we tell that this is the previous card, ma'am, and this X dot B is the
See,
how
what
to
D of
identify that?
X dot B is the current one.
Okay.
X dot B is the current card only. Now we are looking. X is our current card.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
Ma'am, what about option D, ma'am? Why the D is wrong?
So what is the difference between option C and D?
Ma'am, I think nothing.
Is it nothing or?
I didn't see
Both the
any.
same, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In the question, there was no D option. There was none of these. Yes, ma'am. In the question, there was no D option. It was none of the above.
Okay. So actually D option is not there in the question, I think. But D is, yeah, it's similar to C option right here. What it's shown here. Yeah, but you understood, right? Why C option is correct. Why it is
Yes,
correct.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, any other doubts?
One doubt.
Yeah,
In
sure.
option A,
Mm.
like if not is key, like in the first iteration, it will not be like it will be true.
Mm.
So your dictionary is created, but when it comes to the second round, so it'll go into the else block and still that updation will happen, right? No?
See, if not is key, then key won't is it will return false. Yeah, then dictionary will do. Yeah, in the second iteration, yeah, what you are telling, it will go to the else part you
Else
are
block.
telling, no?
So still that code will run right after the initialization. Like when you want to update, it will go directly to the else block, right? Or will it show error or how is it done now?
So yeah, if the city town is again the same city town, then not key will return false. It will go to the else part. That is correct. Yes, that is correct. So the thing is,
Ma'am, for this part, if one card is there, it will store 0, but we want the we want the number,
see the following pseudocode is
But
executed using at the end of execution
we
D
want
captures.
highest marks. It
Yeah.
will not store. It will just move to table 2, and that card will be wasted
The D of
without
AOP
without
stores the
storing any
highest
data.
marks stored in subject B by student A. Choose the correct code fragment. Yeah. The thing is, so actually D is what we are doing is like D of AB should store the highest marks scored by scored in subject B by student A. Okay. So what is
So the first
yeah.
card will not be compared to anything. So the first card will be taken for initialization. So
Yeah. Yeah, first card will be taken, will be always initialized with
but
the,
here in option C, even the first card is compared.
yes, even the,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
And for each card, in the first after the not is key, we are first storing the town. Dictionary
Yes.
is created first. We are making the key, and then for each key, we are checking whether the subject of the three subjects, which is the highest.
See.
For each B in the first.
Yes, for each B in L, we are checking. So d of x of city town of B is less than x dot B. We will check what is our B. So B is some subject name. Subject name is physics or chemistry or mathematics. No, so you will check for that whether whether our marks is less than the x dot B, whether that particular city town marks is less than our current mathematics or physics marks. So that thing we will compare. So what is your doubt basically?
No. The first D dot immediately after the first if condition, ma'am.
So what you are talking about which option?
C option.
Okay.
The right option, correct option. In the immediately after the first if condition, if not is key.
Yes.
Here we are initializing the empty dictionary with the keys. First, all the towns as the keys we are starting.
So see, actually a single town as a key, and in that single town as a key we have one more dictionary with Chennai as a key, and that is mapped to a dictionary. In that dictionary we have maths, physics, chemistry. Those values are mapped to 0. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And then what we are doing is, like for each B in L, that means we are iterating over that list, and we are checking whether D of x dot city town of B is less than x dot B. So it will be obviously less, no? Because D of x, we are initialized all that our dictionary values with 0, physics, chemistry, maths, marks, everything with 0. But our current card is holding some marks like 12, 13 or 14, some marks it is holding. So if it is less, then we are updating. So every time this updation will happen, so we should not enclose that in else block. If we enclose in that else block, for each and every city, that will be mapped to zeros only. Everything will be chemistry, physics, and everything will be mapped to 0 only. If the card is seen for the second time, then only the values will be updated in option A. The other girl is asking, no? Is it clear or not?
That part only still confusing, ma'am. How the present card is x dot b and the previous card is x dot city town dot b.
That is not previous card. That is current card only. X dot city town is our current card, current city town only. We are, see, for each city we are taking, okay, let us take Chennai as city. And for Chennai, what we are doing is like, if we are seeing Chennai for the first time, then for the Chennai, we are creating one empty dictionary. In that dictionary, we are storing maths, physics, chemistry as keys. Those values are mapped to 0. That will happen in if block if you are seeing Chennai for the first time. Okay. And what will happen? And okay, and it will also update for each B in L. That means we are iterating over the list. List is physics, chemistry, mathematics. We will check if D of X of B, that Chennai and physics marks we will check. For the Chennai card, for the Chennai, that current city, we'll check the physics marks. Yeah, it will be 0, no? If 0 is less than current marks like 20 or whatever value, then we will update that value. We will say it will be mapped to 20 for the first time. With the current card values only, it will be mapped for the first time, like 20, 30, 40. Whatever values physics, maths, and chemistry are holding for the Chennai student, for the first student, it will hold that for the first time. For the second time, what will happen if not is key for the Chennai? It is present as key, so that if block won't be satisfied, it will go to the for each part. So for in the for each part, what we will see is D of X, that for the city town, for the particular city town, it is already previously holding some value, 20 or something previous marks. That student, we will check 20 is less than x dot b, our current value 30 or something. It will check whether it is less. If 20 is less than 30, then our d of x dot, that value will be updated, that particular marks will be updated. So it will be updated to the maximum highest value. Every time this will happen. Is it clear or not?
Yes, ma'am. It's better. I can understand.
Yeah, you can recheck that it's clear or not.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubts?
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, my doubt regarding a general instruction, ma'am, for a re-attempt qualifier exam, ma'am. Shall I ask?
Sorry, actually, I'm not aware of those things. You can
Okay.
write in discourse, or yeah, you write in discourse or mail to operational team.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, only one thing, ma'am, whether I have not cleared qualifier in CT only, ma'am. But I applied for all the 4 subject. Whether it is enough to clear CT alone, or everything we need to clear up, ma'am.
Yeah, if you have cleared other subject, it will be okay, right?
Okay. No, ma'am. What's my doubt is I got a mail today that you are going to write a re-attempt exam. In that only the failed subject will be considered. Other thing will be considered as a best out of the best mark. They have send the mail like that. My thing is, my question is, if I am getting less mark in any other subject which I've cleared already in previous exam, those things will also be compared, or only CT will be compared?
Yeah, sorry, but I'm not aware of all these things.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you
ma'am.
can just, I think only for seat. I don't know. Actually, I can't commit something. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I understand. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, if no one are having doubts, we can stop sharing. And yeah, only 2 participants. No, okay.